Hey guys, we are going to use the Dodge and Burn tool now. If you open your Tools of Photoshop file and double click on the Dodge and Burn PSD file, it will open this black and white photo of a castle. A black and white photo is a really good place to practice using the Dodge and Burn tool because it focuses your attention on the lights and darks in a photo. So right now I have my crop tool selected and I don't want to crop anything. I want to dodge and burn. So if you bring your mouse down or your cursor down here, you can see your sponge tool right here. If you hold that menu down, it will allow you to select the dodge and the burn tool. And these tools are used for lightening and darkening specific areas of your photo using basically a paintbrush. So if you go to your dodge and you increase the size of your brush, you can slowly paint the water, and you can notice the gradual lightening of your water. Now, one thing I like to do sometimes is to click and then hold my shift key down and then click again over here, and it will dodge the entire line in a straight line. Now I feel like that water is a little bit too bright, so I'm going to Command Z, step backwards, and you can up here change the exposure too. So if you go all the way up, you'll notice how strong that lightning has become. And if you bring your exposure all the way down, it will be very subtle. Also, you can select your highlights, your midtones, or your shadows. Like let's say you just want to bring the shadows up because you feel like your shadows are too dark. You can go to your shadows drop down menu and then click on an area where you have shadows. And of course I remember my exposure is really low, so I'm going to bring it up again. Nope, I can see my details are starting to come out here because sometimes you lose details if your darks are too dark. The information in your photo is lost. So some of these really nice details I kind of want to keep. And so I just concentrate on my areas with shadows and I dodge those areas. Now, same thing with the burn tool, only the opposite. So if you go to your burn tool, and again, you want to remember, just refresh what the burn tool does or what the dodge tool does. You can see the little video that plays when you hover over your tool. So I'm going to select my burn tool, and again, you can control your exposure, your midtone, shadows, or highlights, and then I'm going to bring up my midtones and my exposure to 46%, and then I'm going to focus my attention on the castle, and you can see it's darkening a little bit. Alright, now again, I like to bring my shift key into my practice a lot, and I click shift and then click over here and it will burn a straight line, and then down here as well, because sometimes when you just paint on it, it looks uneven in your like darkening distribution. So that is the dodge and burn tool.